Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 277. We're here reviewing episodes 21, 22 of Ninja Sentai Kakuranger and the short film Super Sentai World. I'll get to that. Well, let's talk about that one first. Yeah, this one took place just right after 22 and before 23. The reason I'm doing it now because basically 23 is the start of a story arc that will not conclude until episode 31 of the series. This movie is simple as this. We have this mysterious alien being come to Earth, which, of course, he attacks, well, Borai and this one other person. Let's see if I can find it here. Excuse me. Yeah, well, it's mostly put the actor who played Borai appears in this scene. Yes. You could tell. There's no information about him, but Mystico from Super Sentai World is played by the actor who played Borai. Yep. Yeah, no information about Ami. Yeah. So there's taking pictures, and all of a sudden the villains show up. Emperor Daedalus, Zugan, Bongo, Demaro, and Sanger, and also Ibaru. Yep. And pretty much they said to revive grunts from Five-Man, Jetman, Zoo Ranger, Die Ranger, Kakuranger. Kakuranger is the Doros. Caparos from Die Ranger. The Golem Soldiers, aka the Pet Patrol from Zoo Ranger. Granum Soldiers from Jetman. And British Soldiers from Five-Man. The British Soldiers are the ones with the orange mask. They're from Five-Man. Granum Soldiers. They're the ones basically with the orange vest on. Now, here's something interesting though. Um, Now, the villains of this movie never appeared in Power Rangers. Never did. Yeah, and this this pretty much basically how should I put this? Now, the character of Zagan, his you might find this interesting. His sword that he uses in the movie. Let me bring it up on here. This guy right here. You may recognize the sword he's using. And you're thinking, that sword looks vaguely familiar. Wasn't it the same sword Tommy used to transfer the power from Jason, Zach, and Trini to Rocky, Adam, and Aisha? The answer is yes. Well, it's a prop from this movie they decided to use for the show, and not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me show off the other villains here because these guys never appear in Power Rangers. Dallas, he's always showing giant size form. You never see him in regular size form. Here's Bungo. Zamaru. Yeah, a lot of these guys, aside from sorry for the glare, aside from the fact these guys, well, are using now apparently, Zamaru, he apparently uses a mask worn by Fumijima from um, Turbo Ranger. Yep. Yeah, he uses this very mask right here. Basically, it's a use mask. And Irabaru. He's just this weird guy here with the gun, dressed in a camo. Yeah, so they take two hostage, and then the Kakurangers show up to stop them. And it seems like they're about to surrender. And then the previous 90s Sentai teams show up. Die Ranger, Zoo Ranger, Five Man, and Jetman. Which to point out though, these teams cannot actually be here when it comes to continuity wise. Jetman mostly can be here, except for the fact the Black Jetman guy is dead. In the cases of the 5 members of the Five Man, they're not on the planet anymore. Die Ranger lost his powers. Zoo Ranger's in heaven. So it's considered canon per se. And of course, then they have all the return of all the Megazords, fight out the main villain, and of course the activate Borai knows, oh yeah, his weakness is his third eye. So have the Shogun beat the main bad guy. That makes sense because they're the current Sentai. Having beaten by one of the previous Sentai wouldn't make any sense at all. Especially since, like, some of these guys, now from a production standpoint, Zoo Range is the first thing that appeared in Sentai since the end of their series. Same thing with Die Range at this point in time. Like, all of them. Not since the end of their shows. This is the first time they've all appeared. Now, here's something you might find interesting. Did you know that none of these Zords were destroyed in Sentai? Nope. If you're really curious, though, how many Sentai has there been I've watched where they actually destroyed the Zords? The first one noteworthy is Mega Ranger, because they destroy basically 2 out of 3 of them. But not Zoo Ranger. Nope. Those Zords basically managed to survive. Same thing with Die Ranger. The Zords never destroyed. They just basically were no longer used because the powers were taken away from them. Yeah. And it was nice seeing Dairujin again, aka the Dino Megazord from Minor Power Rangers. It was nice seeing that again. And now I've seen this movie once before, but the movie is a lot of fun. It's like roughly about 10 minutes, so you can get through it pretty quickly. Now in the case of 2 episodes, first one is put basically about a monkey. Not monkey. Mostly there's a monkey in the episode, don't worry about that. So we have this guy who's trying to do his own dojo school, and he's struggling. Yeah, basically struggling here with his school because some kids are basically just criticizing, think that ninjas are lame and Sakura's were cooler. But yeah, and of course basically Ninja Blue gets dragged into this stuff, and after basically winning, having school be prosperous, it turns out the whole thing is just a plot by Junior. Yep. He's in the episode, but he doesn't really do anything. No, seriously, he does practically nothing. He shows up for a couple quick scenes, and that's pretty much it. No, seriously, that's literally all this guy does. He shows up here for this one scene here, and that sadly is it. Yeah. The monster theme of the episode goes basically they feel to be tricked. But in the case of our next episode, well, we have a smoke yokai. Yes, a smoke one. Which, fun fact, this was the last. Well, this was the last monster. This was actually a return of the independent monsters, very briefly, but this is the last one. It's like a brief one off return of the independent monsters. For the most part, yes. Oh, by the way, Segui the monkey one. Yeah, he basically is the. For look, it looks like he's the fourth last monster under the control of Young Noble. Yep, second to last one. But yeah, NR basically is a one-off, well, monster. He's the last in the series. This guy is the last independent monster to appear in the series because he's not associated with Young Noble, not at all. And you might be curious though, does Young Noble appear in this episode? Not that I can think of. No, he does not really appear at all. I mean, I don't remember seeing him here. If he did, he didn't do anything. Not really. Okay, yeah, he did not appear in the episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, he does not appear in the episode per se. Yeah, the whole thing is about smoke, about a little bit of environmental piece. This one, and mostly put basically it's about Yellow basically falling for a cute girl who's also an inventor who makes solar stuff. Now the solar power stuff that's been a bit criticized even from the 90s, even to this very day. Solar power is still acceptable, but some of the stuff related to the money aspect of it, that is where basically people have issue with. Because a lot of the time I've heard when it comes to solar power, it's very useful and very clean to use. It is mostly put basically on the money side is where people have a problem with. Like claiming that we have to pay like this amount to have a solar panel. It's like a lot of people are not very trustworthy of people who have solar panels. I mean, not have solar panels, basically people who give them to them. Mainly because basically they might be scheming you. It may not work. And it might cost you a lot of money. Yes. Like, even from the 90s perspective, even today, we have that problem. Yes. Solar power, like I mentioned, it's very clean to use. Just use power of this and power up stuff. Fine. It's very clean because people have been trying to clean up the air for decades. And it's much more cleaner now than it was basically back in the 90s. Yeah, 90s, I didn't notice this at all because I was a little kid, so I didn't really know. So apparently the pollution at that point was pretty high. Nowadays, it's much more cleaner. Much more cleaner. Yeah. It's an okay episode per se, but I like the monster design they use of the monster. Now, you might be curious though, for the two monsters appear over the course of these two episodes. First of which, the independent monster, Inter. Does he appear in Power Rangers? Excuse me. Yes, he does. As a toy. He appeared in a toy line. He never appeared in the show. Nope. As Steamy Me. You think, okay, what about the monkey? Did he appear in Power Rangers? Yes, he did. Sinister Salmon. Except it was a character transformed into it, and this character appeared for more than one episode. Yeah, that's the thing. He appeared in Power Rangers for 4 episodes once. I thought they appeared for 1. It's quite interesting the fact they actually had this suit appear more than one episode. I mean, Chip and Charge, that was basically from the very same season. And then, of course, you have King for a Day, which is from... I think that's from Zeo. Yeah, that's from Zeo. But what about, there's also flashes out of Dark Honda. That's in space. I think mostly put, basically, it's like a background thing mostly. But it's weird, though, they bring this character back after his one-off appearance. Yeah. Yeah, and the next few monsters, well, they'll be the last such monsters under Young Noble. Yep, last one. Because, well, we're getting towards the very end, and surprisingly, 24 does not feature a monster from him. Not necessarily no. Yeah, that's the thing about it. 24 does not feature a monster from him at all. Yeah, as a matter of fact, like, it's kind of weird 24 doesn't feature him because, well, he's in the episode, but no monster. Yep. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much a particular review. Stay tuned later for my reviews for I have another comic corner I'm going to do later because I got to go. And when I get back, I'll do that review first. Now watch a little more Sentai, do a review for it, plus another comic corner. Excuse me, after that. And be on to anime, which I have 3 to do. Girlfriend, Goblin Slayer, and Case Goes. Could I go 3 done today? Who knows? Okay, next video.